Kelly Khumalo has been named as the mastermind behind Senzo Meyiwa's murder, and it's officially been ruled that the testimonies about this are officially considered as admissible in court. Okay, so I'm going to be reading from NDM News. It says Kelly Khumalo pointed as the mastermind behind Senzo Meyiwa's murder. The court has ruled that the confessions by two suspects are admissible. Now, I had to go and Google the word admissible because I wanted to be absolutely sure of what I was saying. Okay, so admissible means accepted or valid, especially as evidence in a court of law. Okay, so admissible evidence in a court of law is any testimonial, documentary, or tangible evidence that may be introduced to a fact finder. Okay, and guys, it goes on to say all evidence against her will be tried and tested in court. Within the trial, two suspects number 1 and 2, pointed at Kelly as being the mastermind in Meyiwa's murder. There were phone records which showed her constant contacts with the suspects and multiple SIM cards and messages she sent to Zandile Khumalo using those SIM cards. Now, according to the confessions, which the court found are admissible, Kelly paid sums of money to the suspects, and now the court will call in new witnesses. Kelly's accounts will also be scrutinized in court. Now, guys, when I tell you that I nearly choked, I literally nearly choked. I had to stop myself because my policies are not in order. I nearly choked when I read this because honestly, I was very, very tired of the Senzo Meyiwa case because this case has been dragging on for years. I believe it's been over a decade. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's been a very, very long time since this case has been going on. The person or people rather at the forefront of this case have never been arrested. I do speak under correction, so let me just say that everything is alleged. They've never been arrested, even though there were multiple claims that they might have had some involvement in the murder of Senzo Meyiwa. I believe also in the Netflix documentary that was released, I think it was released 2 years ago, I'm not too sure. But I remember watching the documentary and I remember seeing that allegedly, as I've said, everything is being alleged, but allegedly when the police came to the murder scene or the crime scene had been cleaned, and it seemed as if everything was, meticulously placed so that it would look as if it was something that was basically not there. So basically, in my personal opinion, it seemed as if everything was tampered with, or the crime scene rather was tampered with. And honestly, I am extremely happy that the two testimonies are now going to be admissible in court, because I think the entire South Africa at this point has had some sort of an inclination or suspicion rather that Kelly Khumalo and her sister and the other accused, like Ulongwe, were involved in the murder of Senzo Meyiwa. And it's just going to be interesting to see things unfold. But something else that I did want to point out is that it seems as though Kelly Khumalo has been receiving preferential treatment. First of all, the testimonies that were given, I believe, by her sister Zandile Khumalo and also by herself were not televised on TV. I didn't have to say the on TV part, but they were not televised. And a lot of people actually found fault in that. Like, why are we not televising, the testimonies that these people are giving? So it seemed as though they were receiving preferential treatment. But I'm honestly so happy, guys, that these testimonies are going to be admissible and that they're going to do a deeper dive into Kelly Khumalo, because we all had a hunch. We all had a hunch that she was somehow, somewhere involved in the murder of Senzo Meyiwa. But anyways, I don't want to ramble on too much because this case, as you guys already know, is going on. And honestly, I just can't wait to see how everything unfolds. But I think the biggest takeaway that you can take from this, aside from me rambling for the past 3 minutes, but the biggest takeaway that you can take from this is that, she's going to get scrutinized as the testimonies of suspect number 1 and 2 are now admissible in court. Let's do a deeper dive into Kelly Khumalo, because what is this?